going to share something with you. That might put me in a very negative light, yeah.
Relationships are not my forte.
See if someone grabbed up my wife or something, completely different ballgame.
I'll walk away from here, and this has been like a therapy session.
Let's talk to some of the guys, the participants here, taking place in the main event. First, we'd just like for you guys to give us a statement about the fight, what we should expect. Let me start over here. And this man here is the trainer of Hector Luis Garcia. He's probably had the Midas touch. If you look at his year, led Hector to a world title. Alberto Puello as well. I mean, the man has done it all, it seems like, last year, and looking to start the new year off with a bang as well. Mr. Bob Santos.
Well, thank you. You know, we're expecting a tremendous fight. You know, I've said it, I'll say it again. I think Gervonta, pound for pound, is one of the best fighters in the sport, one of the most dynamic punchers in the sport. But that said, you know, Hector's ready. We're prepared. We left no stone unturned. Just like Tank can fight on 3 levels, we can fight on 3 levels too. It's going to be an all-time classic. You know, I look back to the fight with I had Robert Guerrero fighting Andre Berto, and everybody said Berto's too big of a puncher. You know, he knocked out Freddie Hernandez. That Ayers Landalara that I had went the distance with a junior middleweight, and so we're going to be very prepared for this fight, and I'm expecting a tremendous fight, and we're confident we're going to come out victorious January 7th.
Thank you, Bob. Let's hear from the trainer of Javonte Davis. I've always said what he and Kenny Ellis do at that Upton Center there in Baltimore is tremendous work. Mr. Calvin Ford, if you would, give us a few words.
How y'all doing? Hey, question, Santos. Do he got that shirt on, Fight of the Year?
Well, we're not sure. I don't know. I didn't look at him today in the bathroom. I don't know. I have no idea. He got a jacket on.
Okay, tell him I like that shirt.
We love it. We're thankful for it.
All right. Oh, man, I can't wait till the 7th get here. It's been a rocky camp, y'all. But guess what? He made for this one. Y'all got the right cat this time. Y'all got the right cat. Y'all been reading it. This ain't no tune-up right here. This is a fight. This is what we made for. This is what we do. This is how we get down. Hector, I like your name. You got a fight name. Bring that Hector to the fight that night, yeah? Because guess what? It's on and popping. You know what I'm saying? We understand when we in D.C., the only way you go away is through D.C. He understands what's going on. That's our playground right here. We couldn't go nowhere unless we came through D.C. Y'all see the card is lit. And we're going to finish it up lit. Man, I can't wait. All this stuff been happening. Y'all been pouring gasoline on my youngin'. Guess what? Bucking up your shoes, the boots in the house. Put your seatbelt on, because Javonte Tank Davis is going to bring that heat that night.
Thank you, Calvin. Let's hear from the fighters now. Hector Luis Garcia, unbeaten, 16-0-1, 10 knockouts, an Olympian, and currently the WBA Junior Lightweight Champion of the World. Hector, if you would, give the folks some words on how camp was for this fight and what should they expect January 7th when you step in the ring with Javonte Davis.
Héctor, bueno, contanos cómo fue tu campamento de entrenamiento y además lo que crees que la gente debería esperar cuando te vea subir al ring el sábado 7 de enero.
Primero, quiero darle gracias a Dios por la oportunidad, SHOWTIME Boxing, BBC. Mi campamento fue un campamento incansable, gracias a mi equipo de trabajo. todo salió bien, perfecto, como estamos listos para el próximo 7 de enero.
First of all, I want to thank everyone involved with this fight. This wouldn't have been possible without you. And my camp, it couldn't have been better. My team is tireless. We worked so hard, and you're going to see the results on Saturday night because they're going to be phenomenal.
And now, Javonte Davis, 3-division weight champion, knockout percentage at 93%, one of the highest in boxing. Unbeaten as well, 27-0. 17 of his last 18 fights have ended in a stoppage. Tank, if you would, talk to the people about this fight on January 7th.
First, I want to thank Showtime, Al Heyman, my personal team. Got Mia Addis for definitely getting me through this camp. She trained with me day in, day out. The undercard, a stat card, I feel as though Saturday night, the boxing win, it's a stat card from the first fight to my fight, So I feel as though we trained hard for in training camp. We did a lot been going on. I want to go over a little situation that he said on Facebook. Talk about he looked like a lawyer and we look like inmates or something. He said on Facebook. So it definitely turned me up. So Saturday night, you definitely don't want to miss this one. This one's gonna be a tough fight on his end. You know what I mean? I'm gonna make sure that. So make sure y'all come early and don't get no popcorn, don't get no water, don't get nothing. Make sure y'all seat, y'all butt glued to the seat and eyes on the ring. I promise you, it's gonna be something. It's gonna be fireworks. So thank y'all for coming out and see y'all Saturday night.
All right, let's talk about the fight. Tank, I'll start with you because you alluded to this. With everything whirling around you outside of the ring, how were you able to focus on this fight?
This is my job. I've been doing this since I was, 7. I feel as though it come with it, if I stop now, then I feel as though that I ain't really do what I came to do just yet. So I feel as though if I keep pushing, that's just a hump in my road. So just like this fight, I feel as though I got to get through this fight to pass or go to the next one. So I feel as though it just humps in the road that we all have in life, and I'm just human. You know what I mean? So.
And what do you think your feelings about fighting back here in the DMV, so close to home, where your career professionally started? I would assume you kind of have a little more juice when you're back here.
DC always been an excitement when it comes to boxing. You know what I mean? I think there's a lot of talent in DC that people sleep on. I feel as though DC is a boxing town and got so much talent, and I'm excited to come back and fight in DC. You know what I mean? Like my coach said, we used to have to get through DC just to go away. You know what I mean? So I always, treated DC like a second home. I remember back in the day it was saying like a rival against DC and Baltimore, but I never really got that because I had a lot of friends like Pat, Ramo. I had a lot of guys that I actually used to come to DC and just chill with. You know what I mean? So I always felt like DC was a second home for me. So just coming back and fighting in DC it means a lot on a professional level. So I'm excited to be back. You know what I mean? I seen Lamont Peterson when he beat Amir Khan, and I was right there, and I actually held his belt after he won. You know what I mean? And that was actually the IBF belt, and I won that, my first world title. So I'm excited to be back in DC, and I'm grateful and Saturday night.
Hector, says a lot about you. Taking a challenge, stepping up in weight, taking on a guy who has tremendous power. Tell the people why you took this challenge.
Bueno, es algo muy elogiable sobre vos que hayas optado por subir de categoría, el aceptar este desafío contra un campeón del calibre y la potencia de Gervonta Davis. Contar un poco a la gente las razones por las cuales aceptaste este desafío y por qué lo hiciste.
Bueno, sí, acepté este desafío porque me gustan los grandes retos. Para mí las dos divisiones son iguales, la cual me siento bien, me siento en óptimas condiciones en la 135 y enfrentando a Gervonta Davis esta vez, eso me da más fuerza todavía, más ganas, más deseo de superación, de ganar mi pelea el próximo 7 de enero.
Well, both divisions are basically the same to me. I feel equally comfortable in both. And I took this challenge because I always want to surpass my own limits and go after the very best. So in the end, it's up to me to show what I can do on Saturday night. But when it comes to having to face what I have to face at the weight I have to face, I'll be ready no matter what.
I think people love watching you fight, Hector, is because obviously you got the punching power and your style. Do you believe your power will be enough to keep Tank off of you on Saturday?
Tu estilo de pelea ha sido elogiado tanto en el pasado como actualmente. ¿Crees que tu potencia, el poder de tus puños va a ser suficiente para mantener a Gervonta Davis alejado de vos y evitar que haya tanto daño físico?
Sí, claro. Yo soy un peleador que peleo toda la distancia y confío en mi puño.
The bottom line for me is that I can fight at whatever distance the fight requires me to. Up close, with my reach, using my power, whatever is required. I'm going to be ready.
Bob Santos, you were quoted in the boxing scene as saying, you give Hector a full 8-week camp and folks are going to be surprised of the outcome when it comes to him fighting Tank Davis.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Like I said, I got the utmost confidence in Hector. That's why we took a fight with Chris Colbert with 19 days, right? Everybody told us, oh, you're crazy. I said, I know what I'm looking at in the gym. Everybody talks about, this guy's a killer, this guy in sparring. You don't survive in my gym with Carlos Adames and guys like that. So we've been in there with big guys too, and we will be ready to rock and rumble however it wants to go, inside, outside, back foot, forward, whatever it takes. January 7th, we're going to be victorious in this fight.
Calvin Ford, you said this fight, we putting everybody on notice. What do you mean by that?
Everybody gonna get it. Todd, he don't never get his props. And he did the same thing as the rest of them, or more. Y'all heard the last time, it's never enough. I'm sorry, Hector, you have to be the one. I'm sorry, man.
Hey, Calvin, don't say he don't never get his props. I give him his props. I give Tank all the props in the world. Pound for pound, he's one of the best fighters in the world. For me, I give him his props. Pound for pound, he's one of the best in the world, no doubt about it.
But everybody else, man, we know it.
Well, they don't know what they're looking at then. Ray Charles could see how talented Tank is. So, we know what we're looking at. We know what we're up against. And again, pound for pound, he's one of the best fighters in the world. And anybody can't see that. Wow, I don't know what they're looking at.
Read what we've been reading. See what we've been seeing. Everybody put their hands up saying the kid ain't getting his props like he's supposed to be getting. The best way to show him is to show him. I'm sorry to say it. See you on the 7th, money.
Tank, let me come to you. because you got a Ryan Garcia fight scheduled for April. Why in the heck would you take another fight against a guy of this caliber before that supposed to be fight in April?
I feel as though he earned his spot. You know what I mean? Hector definitely earned his spot off of what he done in a few months. That you know what I mean? He been in fighting, so I feel as though that he beat a top prospect. I think he came back and you know what I mean, had a great performance and won a belt. So I think he earned his spot. You know what I mean? I feel as though he's not someone to sleep on. I feel as though that he's a tough opponent, and this will prepare me for, you know what I mean, the Ryan fight. So hopefully we don't get too banged up in this fight so we can put it on Ryan. But he definitely ain't looking past this guy. I feel as though he's tough. He's tough, and I just want to go out there and put on a great performance in front of a nice crowd and show him that I'm actually one of the top guys.
Yeah, and you said this fight, too, is all about quieting all the talking from these fighters. You expound on that? What fighters and what have they been saying about you?
Just been a lot of talk. You know what I mean? Been a lot of talk from our fighters and whatnot. So just want to put them on notice with this fight. Even with the Ryan fight, you know what I mean? I can't get the Ryan till I get past Hector, and I want to show that I'm one of them elite guys. You know what I mean? By the performance I put on Hector. You know what I mean?
I love, Hector, that you and Tank have certainly had a nice little back and forth. If I'm not mistaken, I think Tank had a picture of you on his punching bag, and he was beating it up. And you went on social media and had a picture of Tank with the sign that said free ass whoopings. So talk to us about what we should expect on Saturday night then, considering what you put on social media.
Bueno, acá a Brian le encanta el ida y vuelta que han tenido entre vos y Gervonta, muy divertido en el sentido de que Gervonta tenía tu cara en una de las bolsas de su gimnasio. Vos le respondiste con una foto propia de Gervonta en tu bolsa en el que decía te voy a patear el trasero gratis. Entonces, contanos un poco de todo este ida y vuelta y tus sensaciones sobre lo que ha sido el ingrediente picante de esta pelea.
Sí, cada peleador es diferente y hay que respetar las decisiones de cada peleador. Cuando sí, todos los fanaticados enviándome cosas de esa actuación de Javonte Davis en su gimnasio. Ya vi que anteriormente lo había hecho con Rolly y eso es algo normal, ¿me entiendes? Eso quizás es un entretenimiento para él, una motivación, pero eso es como así mismo, es muy emocionante porque me emociono, lo disfruto, eso me gusta.
I thoroughly enjoy the back and forth. It's something that thrills me and motivates me. I think it motivates Gervonta too. And it's all like, I think it's normal. It's in good fun and it brings a different ingredient to the fight. So I didn't take any offense to what he did and I did what I did and I had people sending me memes and stuff like that. So it's all part of the fight and I think both he and I were motivated by it.
All right, let's wrap it up with this. Hector? Do you get a sense that maybe Gervonta is focused on the wrong Garcia? And what should he expect Saturday night at the Capital One Arena?
¿Crees que Gervonta está enfocado en el García equivocado? ¿Y qué crees que la gente debería esperar de tu parte y de la pelea en sí el sábado por la noche? Un vaticinio, una predicción que tenga sobre cómo va a terminar la pelea.
Bueno, mi predicción no está equivocado. Porque el real García soy yo, el verdadero García soy yo. Y por eso estoy aquí ante Gervonta Davis. Y sé que va a ser una pelea muy emocionante, porque Gervonta para mí es un gran peleador. y yo estaré listo para como él venga, ready.
The real Garcia is right here. I'm the real Garcia. I don't care who he's focused on because I know I'm the true challenge. And Saturday night, fans are going to see a thrilling fight. They're not going to want to miss it. And it's going to be a show that everyone will enjoy.
Bob?
Well, you know, when they're talking about Ryan Garcia, the reality of it is, in this sport, it's what's earned inside the ring. We have here next to me a man who's an Olympian. We have here next to me a man who won a title eliminator. We have here next to me a man who won a world championship. We have here next to me a man who was in, you know, the upset of the year and was victorious. And we have here who's a man by everybody, Sports Illustrated, Boxers Writers Association, Ring Magazine, a Fighter of the Year candidate. The aforementioned Ryan Garcia has done none of the five. He may end up doing something at some point, but as of today, you earn things inside the ring. That's why I have the utmost respect for Javonte Davis. When they talk about some of these other champions, and I look to, you know, mutual opponents, Gamboa, I look at a Devin Haney, he went the distance with him. This man stopped him. Pitbull Cruz, I know very well. Me and Hector know him very well. He said this fight's a 50-50 fight, that there's a reason for it. He's a very, very tough guy. So things are earned inside the ring. And that's what's going to happen January 7th.
Tank, I'll give you the final word here. For everybody who's going to buy your fight, pay their good money, come out to the arena, what can you guarantee that they're going to get when you get into the ring with Hector Luis Garcia?
First, I want to say I want to send my prayer and love out to one of the Bill players that hurt themselves actually playing the sport on the field. You know what I mean? Damar Hamlin. Wish him a speedy recovery. Hope he make it, you know what I mean, back to his family and friends, and guys be able to play again with his brothers on the field. So I want to send my prayers to him and his family. As far as the last word I want to say to Hector, just be ready. Be ready. I feel as though this camp been great. Little hiccups, but we got through it, and I know that Hector somewhat ready or coming. Just don't make a lot of mistakes, because if you make too many, it might be an early night.
There you have it. And it all goes down on Showtime pay-per-view. Saturday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. That is 6 o'clock Pacific time. Again, tickets are limited. You can get them at Ticketmaster.com, CapitalOneArena.com as well. Gervonta Davis, unbeaten. Hector Luis Garcia, unbeaten. Two world champions collide here in the nation's capital on Saturday. Gentlemen, let's get a face-off if we could.
I'm going to share something with you. That might put me in a very negative light, yeah.
Relationships are not my forte.
See if someone grabbed up my wife or something. Completely different ballgame.
I'll walk away from here, and this has been like a therapy session.